So I went to Sunbeams as a kid. Like back then, it was only up to class 5.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
then now I think they go all the way to A levels or O levels.
yeah.
And then when I came back in like high school, I went to South Breeze.
And then you went to Mastermind.
Mastermind for tutoring. Yes,
What?
coaching. That's what they used to
Coaching.
call it, coaching. Yeah,
Oh
so
my gosh.
for your O levels, you went to school and then you came home. Like I think school ended at like 1:30 or 2. Then you'd come home and you'd eat
Bhat.
bhat. Like hardcore, man. Like doshpad. And then everyone else would go nap and you would start your series of coaching. So you'd go to like every tutor possible, math, pure math, as my teacher used to call it. Pure math was like the advanced math, like science, English, you name it. There was like a tutor for you. And this is like everybody did it. So in class 9 and class 10, after that, you take your O levels. And so it's like it's like a 2-year curriculum that you are tested on. And so everyone had tutors so that you could be ready for these exams. And then you did the same thing 11th and 12th, and you took your A levels. So it was hardcore. You're just constantly studying the whole time
I would
for like this
fail miserably.
one set
Me
of
too.
exams at the end of your. No, everybody, like, it's crazy. I got all A's and I got a B in math because I was never good in math. But
A B.
that's a bad thing in Bangladesh, guys.
Listen,
Like
I
everyone
had to
would get
take
straight A's there.
everybody's first class first.
Exactly.
Star mark bawa.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
then that's
gosh.
metric and intermediate, which is like
Oh,
Bangla
that's
medium.
Bangla medium.
And then the English is O level and A level. But yeah, it was
When I was
hardcore.
there, when I met your brother,
Yeah.
it was like 8th grade or something.
Did you go to
Yeah.
school in Bangladesh?
So I took an entrance exam and I aced the English for 8th grade. And they were like, I need to go to 6th grade for math. So I didn't go to school that whole year.
Oh, it's so advanced. It's insane. Like the
Wow.
level. It's amazing. That's also the hard thing, like when you're moving back and forth, because the levels are much higher in Asia. But so the funny story of all this is everyone would take Bangla as one of their subjects too. Typically for O levels, you can do from 5 to like 9 subjects that you can, take an exam for. And I signed up for Bangla as well. And like my Bangla writing is like third grade. And this is like 9th grade. And, I started and we lived in Pakistan for a while too. So my languages were a little bit screwed up. And so I wrote this essay and the whole time I kept saying, Amar Dil, like
You
my
did?
heart. Which in Bangla is Ridoy, I think. And I was like, Amar Dil, blah, blah, blah. And
You
the
did?
Bangla teacher came back and she was like, you probably don't need to take
We
Bangla.
fought really hard so this wouldn't happen. And here you are.
Oh my gosh. She's like, yeah, you might want to drop Bangla as one of your O-level subjects. And I was like, good call. Because like I can speak it very well, but mane, it's different when you're like writing it. So that was hilarious. They were like, yeah, well, you might want to skip that.
Amar Dil.
Amar Dil.
Oh my
It's like,
gosh.
yeah.
Did you
So,
go to
yeah.
school in Bangladesh, Ma?
I did up until class 4. I didn't even
Oh,
finish fourth grade, and I didn't go to an English medium school. I went to a Bangla medium school.
Really?
I went to Holy Cross. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
pause.
okay.
First of all, that is a different league. I would not even. That's
It's like top
there's
tier Bangla medium.
there's Bangla medium, English medium, and then there's Holy Cross. All right,
The bitches of Holy Cross.
that's the Gulshan aunties. Okay, like
Is it?
the Gulshan aunties all went to Holy
Oh,
Cross.
all the aunties of the
Actually, I
the aunties.
graduated from Holy Cross, and like my batchmates.
And
That is
like
the
the
Gulshan auntie
weird
we
thing,
aspire to be.
like majority of my friends now that I made while I was living in Bangladesh,
Yeah.
majority of them are all Holy Cross graduates.
So they stuck with it.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
I
Damn, that
mean,
must
you
be a
don't leave.
dramatic friend group.
Yeah, Holy Cross is
Oh,
badass. I mean,
they're badass
yeah,
alpha women.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
kick-ass.
I didn't realize that Holy Cross started from like the lower grades. I thought it was like high
Yeah.
school, but it goes all the way.
Yeah, I think I
Interesting.
started there like first grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have
That's
never
And
guessed
interesting. We
you.
never knew that about you.
I know. And you know what my hobby was as sadist, morbid person that I am. So Holy Cross and Mate, there's this one metal slide that would get scorching hot in the heat. And I it was awful.
Oh my god, you slid down that thing?
No, I didn't just slide down that thing. I would sit on top of it and like that, like it was like a really tall slide and it would overlook the cemetery, which was on the other side.
Okay,
I have
Wednesday.
like, I used to sit there and just get into these deep thoughts as a third
Weirdo.
grader, fourth grader, looking at the cemetery and this church behind the school.
Really? All I hear in my head is dance, dance, dance with my hands.
Hands. Yeah, you were like the Wednesday of Bangladesh.
The Wednesday of
No
Bangladesh.
shit. And
Budvar.
did you wear?
Is
Wow.
that
Yep.
Wednesday
You're
in
right.
Bangla?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I passed. Budvar. I
Tick
think
mark.
we have a show. Budvar.
Did you wear those salwar kameez with the belts and
And the orna, that's like
the apron thing?
I didn't have that because I was still too young. I had the dress.
pinafore? Frock. To be frock porta. Frock.
Yeah, frock for them, but it still had that. I think it
Like the
did.
apron.
No, I didn't know. It didn't have the apron.
No,
it was
you
just
would wear
like
the
it was
pinafore.
gray.
I don't
Yeah.
know what that is.
No, I didn't have
You
that.
don't know what a
either.
pinafore is?
What
No,
is
that
that?
English?
It's kind of like it's like an overall, but with a skirt. So it goes all it
In
goes,
English?
and then you wear shirt underneath.
Yeah.
Like a romper kind
Oh,
of.
you all Google this. I mean, it's probably a British word. Sounds like it's British. Pinafore.
There's
Uh-huh.
there's some
Showing
words
up.
that you hear your mom say to the dorji all the time and you never you're like, wait, is that Bangla or English?
Yep. Please
Like
hold. A sleeveless apron-like garment worn over a young girl's dress, typically having ties or buttons at the back.
It's British, must be.
British.
British.
British. Yeah. But you're right. Dorjite on it, like there are words you're like, what? Nobody else
Shamus,
knows it.
chemise. What
Chemise.
language is that?
It's a shirt under a kameez. Chemise.
Wow.
I think that's probably how it came. Because that's
No, isn't it like chemise? No, I was
See?
gonna say chemise.
you're just Urdufying it now. Like
Like I'm gonna do. Listen.
there's like
not so
Gulshan
hard to
aunties talk like that, okay? Dagto, I'm gonna chemise baniye dagto.
And then there's another one. Blouse kapur used to be ruby of oil.
Oh yes.
What is that? Is it English or Bangla? You know what I'm talking about.
I heard that word, but I never knew what it meant.
Boiler kapur then. What is it?
I don't know.
It's like I think it's a finish on a fabric.
In English?
Definitely
I
not.
don't know.
Ruby of oil.
Yeah, I miss those doji days when like you felt weird when they're measuring your boobs and you're like, is it
And the
okay? Is it
First
appropriate
hijras
for
that would bust through the door. Did that ever happen to you? I almost peed my pants the first time that
Oh my
happened to
God.
me.
What happened to you?
We were at the Tumpas in Dhanmondi.
Oh, that's where we went.
I know everybody did.
You know, he still has that notebook with all of our measurements.
I'm sure.
Yep.
And again, the awkward boob measuring when you barely have boobs, like at 12 or 13. And then the hijra busts through the door, like full dance form.
Oh my God.
I've
Wait.
never seen that in my life. And coming from like Dallas, Texas to Tumpas in Dhanmondi, I was crying. Like it was a whole scene. I didn't know what to do with myself. It was
Why were
I
you
was
crying? Like
traumatized.
happy crying or
No, I was
crying
scared because they come in and they're like,
I never had a hijra. What? Is that what you said? Like hijras came?
yeah.
No, that's never
Bust through
happened
the
to me.
door. Oh, maybe just me.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Scary. I never went to Tumpas after that.
Tumpas was quite the I mean, even when after we moved, that was like they had your measurement in a book, and whoever would go to Bangladesh be like, "Amar Blaz Glini show."
The Gulshan auntie version of it is now Manik. or
Money.
was. I don't know who it
Really?
is now,
I
but
don't know
there's
where to
Manik.
go. My mom refuses to go anywhere
Go
anymore,
to Manik.
so I
And
can't make
Bonani
plazas.
supermarket has a whole bunch of really good stores.
Yeah,
So does
see,
Pink City, actually.
I
Oh
need
yeah.
these.
They're except Pink City charges you a lot more. Bonani supermarket doesn't. It's the same
Oh.
stuff. Hmm.
But do you guys get
Same
your
boil.
blouses still made in Taka, or do you have a person locally in the US?
Mostly Dhaka.
No.
I just found a
Okay.
Rachna auntie in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that's it.
Isn't that crazy that even to this day there you cannot find a blouse person? Like, because I feel like in the US you have everything now. It's pretty easy to find stuff for like any cultural thing. But the blouse thing, still a big gap, man.
Huge gap. And Kachi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. New York e pauja.
No, not the same Kachi.
Really?
Aladdin Kachi and
Mm.
Astoria. Was it Astoria? Astoria, right? That
Astoria
one's really
Jackson
good.
Heights maybe I'll say.
Is it good in Astoria?
Yeah, it's so good. So
The
good.
Kachi?
The Kachi.
I feel like yeah, New York's got some legit Bangladeshi food now.
Mhm.
But the blouse situation's bad. And now I
Right.
get like, I go online to those Indian websites and get like cholis made.
Which
They're not
probably
actually
fit
blouses.
better.
They fit
Yeah.
great. They're fantastic. Because my mom refuses to go to Dorji in Bangladesh. She's like, Parbona, Parbona.
The voyage to the
Dorji
Dorji.
ma,
at
yeah.
all.
না আমি যাব না খালি ট্রাফিক আর ভাল লাগে না আমি যাব না so that's
Is she a Gulshan auntie? Tell me the truth.
oh fuck yeah she's a Gulshan auntie are you kidding me where do you think I learned all this you think I learned to mimic through other people it's my freaking mom
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember when I first
wishes
called.
she was a Gulshan she's an aspiring Gulshan auntie because that's another level right now
Really?
Oh.
I remember when
yeah
I first called, when I got your brother's number from you the first time,
yeah
and they were in Pakistan, and I had called because you're like, you should call him. I think he would be happy to hear from you.
yeah
And your mom answered. She was like, like her English when she spoke to me, her English in Bangla was legit
it's
Gulshan.
Gulshan auntie oh yeah for sure
Yes, I don't know if she actually used the word buta.
Oh, for
It did come
sure,
out.
man. Beta
How
and
do
I
you?
and you use it even more when you live in Pakistan because it's very common there,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh beta. And
Yeah.
so yeah.
Oh
Yep.
gosh.
And you know what's funny? I feel like there's some connection. Like I don't know. I think my mom knows one of your moms, Maya. Like bio or not. Something. There's
No,
some connection.
Bushra, first of all, is related to everybody.
Yes, you're right.
Everybody.
Oh, I know the connection. I think
Which mom is it?
actually, no, I told you about this, Maya. My mom is friends with your ex-husband's mom. That's the connection.
Ah.
Yes, that's what it is. And I don't know how, but
Oh.
yeah.
Was
How
she
my
ever
mom-
like a professor at Dhaka University or anything like that?
not a professor, but she went to Taka University.
Yeah.
Her dad, her dad and uncle were professors too, but I don't remember where. But
Yeah,
yeah,
my ex's
crazy.
parents were all what scholars.
Scholars. Yeah, that's the way to go. Scholars.
If I
But
had
yeah.
to put my mom in like a bracket as to who she would be, she'd be like a Charukala mom.
What
What's
is that?
You know, a Charukala
What's
mom is someone
Charukala? Is that
who's
an
like
area?
Charukala is like the art hub of
Oh
Dhaka.
I
yes.
see it.
Yeah,
The
she
drama
would
crew? Natok
not
crew?
not natok, but like
She's like the
Alpuna.
original,
She'd be the
original
Alpuna
Matir
lady.
Goina Shutushari, right?
Yeah,
Oh
that's
Not
yes.
the Gulshan Jatra versions
Yeah,
that
yeah.
yeah.
exist today.
And the
Yes.
Kobita and falling in love with like
Kobis.
writers and poets and all that.
Yeah, she's a hippie just like you.
Yes.
Oh,
We're
A
all
free
following our
spirit.
mother's footsteps, which is
yeah.
Oh, shoot.
terrifying.
Oh, Bushra, you are a Gulshan
Gulshan
auntie.
auntie. That's right.
What does that make me? We're so ABCD.
You're
even
dude,
my
you're like
mom.
you're the American Bangla
Because my
crew.
mom will be like, I can't get along with now, like, people my age have their moms move here or their moms come visit so much. She's like, I can't get along with them. I have nothing in common because I haven't been in Bangladesh for 50 years this year.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
insane.
And then all the moms that are here, like, they all disperse because when they first most 50 years ago, those who migrated here were of a different world, right?
Yeah.
Like here for school or here for like professional jobs and spread out across the country pre like OPDV, all of those things.
I
So
mean,
now
50
she's like,
years ago, like, isn't that how old Bangladesh is? Like, they've
yeah,
been here.
yeah,
Yeah,
since
wow.
71,
That's
71,
insane.
72, yeah. So she's also like me. Wow, I never thought of that.
I mean, she almost didn't experience Bangladesh because
Right,
she left before or just when they became, we became
right,
independent. So she didn't even get
Mhm.
to
right.
experience the real Bangladesh.
But they tried 3 times.
Oh yeah, that's right. So
Right. The
they
one
did
time I met
move.
your brother, once
Yeah.
before that, and then once after my youngest sister graduated college, they moved back to Bangladesh in
For,
2010,
for how long?
2011. They made it a year. They lived in like Gulshan, of course. And my mom was like, to manage a driver and all these Kajir look, and it's just the two of them. She was like, what is this? And I think what ended it for her was when there was like through the union of buas, she got a
Oh my
bua
God.
who one day showed up with a brand new boti, and she's like carrying the boti, and my mom is like, what are you doing? And she's like, boti dhar de. And she's like, can. And she goes, nana re katum.
I've
Nana
I've heard
meaning
this.
my dad.
Oh my God.
What?
Nana
I've
re
heard this
katum.
story before and it's still fucking
She's like,
creepy and
"Kiyan korum,
hilarious.
nana re katum." And my mom was like,
I don't get it.
we don't either. She never came back
Was
after that.
she like crazy or did something
Yeah.
happen?
Maybe she was just being funny, and my mom felt bad later because she
Yeah.
was really heartbroken to not be able to come back through the gate the
Well,
next
no
day.
kidding. Well, you don't make jokes like
Who
that, you
said
Yeah.
fucking bitch.
that?
That's
I think that put her over the edge, and she
I
couldn't get
mean,
along with all the Gulshan aunties either. It was a
it's
weird.
interesting. You could like we could literally spend an hour just talking about that world, right?
Mhm.
Like I mean it is so interesting.
Because it's not like it doesn't happen.
Yeah. No,
People get
and I mean just like
bootified.
the whole world of like people living in Dhaka that have all the help and it's so normal there. But for someone, even people that grew up with that going back, it's
Oh yeah,
awkward.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, it's fantastic when you wake up and there's like cha next to your bed, your fucking underwear is ironed, like all kinds of the amenities are amazing, but it feels weird. Like I can't imagine someone living in my house right now that, you
I could
know,
get used to it. Let's not lie.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
you'll
just
get
find
used
it
to it.
weird.
I'd be like, I suck
Huh. No,
in a
that's really
24
nice.
hours. I'm in.
I would be okay if they
Mm-mm.
left at the end of the night.
We had a house help when Zen was born. So within, I think, about a month, it was, we couldn't take it anymore. It was just insane. Like, I think her contract with us was for 3 months. And by the end, I just like couldn't wait for her to go. I could,
Because
because one is that they just get in your face with everything. Number two is that she would always tell sob stories about her life in Bangladesh, and us, Fuad and myself, both being like as soft-hearted as we are. Like, প্রথমবার she was like, "Oh, আমাদের TV নাই." So Fuad went and like told his friend in Dhaka who bought her a giant
oh wow.
flat screen TV, delivered it to her daughter's house so that they could have a TV.
That's
And
nice.
then after that she was like, oh, like our বাচ্চার একটা tablet দরকার. So then we got her all these things, which is fine. I mean, like if she was sincere, all of this would have been fine.
Yeah.
But she would go and like talk shit about us and talk shit about like my brother-in-law and my mother-in-law, and like just would be like making such a mess of everything all the time that it was just like, yeah, it's just, yeah. Where did Marion go?
Man. I don't know if she like got cut off. Oh, there she is. She's coming back.
And it says recording hasn't started. Does that mean the whole thing didn't record?
No, it did. It did.
Oh. Yeah. So after that, I was like, I can't do this, because one is Bangladeshi people At least with us, or at least with this specific person, because we've never had issues before. Yeah, she was just kutna me, er kotha oikhane, or kotha oikhane,
She's
and like,
Bengali.
yeah, yeah, and it's just.
Part of who we are.
It's in our blood.
And one yesterday he was saying, like when babies are crying and like you want to calm them down, they're sleepy. So you like use soft language and you're like, shh, go to sleep, turn down the lights. She'd be like,
That's awesome. Oh my god.
She did.
she did.
Did she
Oh,
have other babies of the family?
no. Well, they were all older, so.
How did like Fuad's brother and sister-in-law find her?
Because they're also
Not
the
in Bangladesh
Gupta
থেকে
Nantis of
আসছে?
Long Island.
No,
Oh man, we
yeah.
got to talk about that.
Right?
Like,
That's a
that's a
whole
great
thing.
topic.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a
'Cause
whole thing.
is it common nowadays to have buas in
It,
America?
it
Like
has
with
to
the
be. I mean,
Bangladeshis?
at least with my brother-in-law, like ever since I've been in the family, there's been a bua in their house.
Wow.
So.
But এরা মানে already America আসছে and like
Mhm.
that's what they did. Like it's not like Bangladesh থেকে
No.
sponsor করে নিয়ে আসছে, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Interesting. I feel like my Marion is frozen again. Is she frozen for you?
I
She's
just
like,
feel like I wish I could draw a picture on the screen.
what? Something's going on with their internet. Let me take a picture.